Eva, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm happy to be here.
For sure. Happy to have you. So, yeah, getting this thing started, would you be able to give us a little bit about who you are and what your work is all about?
Yeah. So I'm Eva. I live in Austria and I work as an energy healer and spiritual teacher at the moment. Um, yeah, so basically, I work with high vibrational divine energies. I started to be connected to them a few years ago. So I started meditating 6, 7 years ago and went through like my own personal awakening story. Like everybody has their individual one. And then the time came when suddenly, so my work, when I started meditating, I was always meditating with energy transmission. So always with somebody who transmitted energies. And then after some time, after a few years meditating myself, they basically started to come in for me so that I can transmit them to people. And what are they exactly about? So at first, it was really just transmitting a level of consciousness, a higher level of consciousness. So when I was sitting with somebody that they can basically tune into the same frequency, feel the energy of the high level of consciousness. And then after a while, suddenly, so healing energies started to come in. So energies that were healing and clearing people's systems from low vibrational energies. So basically from experiences from this lifetime that haven't been fully processed. So I see them as uh, low vibration energies stuck in the system somewhere. Let's say you had an experience 10, 20 years ago and it wasn't fully processed and there are still emotions there and memory. Then it's still in the system right now, in the present moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this lowers the vibration and also takes us often out of the present moment when we like get triggered. Then these emotions are coming back and the thoughts are coming back. Um, yeah, and there is a possibility that these energies can be cleared out of people's system so that they don't have the triggers anymore and emotions coming up from the past and the memories. So, so I'm clearing those, all sorts of energies from this lifetime, also energies of conditioning, habits, energies we inherited from parents and grandparents, so ancestral energies, also past life influences. And yeah, so these are the main ones. And then also there are frequencies coming in for awakening. So awakening to higher level of consciousness, to who we are on the, so we are basically multidimensional beings. We have different layers of who we are. And the, let's say the fundamental layer is the absolute, the Brahman, and this frequency often comes through as well. So I can transmit this one as well. So there are all sorts of different energies for different purposes coming in. And it's really all about healing and clearing people's systems so that they can, yeah, become who they are beyond the human. So the human being the human at the same time, having a great human life experience, and at the same time realizing their true nature. So this is what my work is about to summarize it.
Amazing. Yeah. Sometimes I see being human is just being a conduit of these energies, like we're a membrane in some way to energy. Would you agree with that sentiment?
I mean, when we incarnate into this human life experience, we get the body, we get a personality, we get some karma, and we get some learnings and experiences we need to have. And we have the free will, right? So there's
Mm,
a little bit more to that as well. At the same time, we can clear everything out. So basically that we accumulated in this lifetime and other lifetimes. So it's possible to clear that so that we just become like this channel for the divine. But at the same time, we are humans, in this life experience, because this is what this is about here. So we can't really escape the human life experience. And what my work is about is to integrate also the divine into the human life experience. So not basically, you know, going out with your consciousness, going into a higher level of consciousness and stay there and not really participating in life, which is a possibility. And I experienced this also on my journey. There were times where I just didn't want to participate in life. But then it's really about bringing this back in and living, allowing the divine living through us, Yeah. So yes and no. Yes, and a little bit in addition. Yes.
Hmm. There's always an addition. Might have been an oversimplification for sure. That's the thing we come to realize is that our being is multifaceted. It is complex. I mean, it's simple to tap into, but we are complex, multidimensional, and truly wondrous, truly magical, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I can share a little bit about my exploration of the multidimensionality that we are, if you want.
Please.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
brought it up. Because I think it's so interesting, and everybody's journey again is a bit different. Mine was more through the levels of consciousness, so becoming one with everything, oneness, unity consciousness. So being one with creation, and then there is the outside of creation, the Brahman, the absolute, or God, whatever word people are using. And so we are, on the one hand, then consciousness who can perceive all these levels at the same time. And in creation, there is also a part of us, there's a part of our soul, for example, and there is, I could just call it the light aspect, because we had human life experiences before, or most of us, and then also life experiences on other planets, galaxies, somewhere else before that. And it's basically just the accumulation of information, and we see this light. But when we tap into the light, the body and the system can somehow translate it, and we can access this information. And this is basically how I'm experiencing it right now. So we have different levels of where we can tap into, and looking from these different levels at the human life experience and on Earth, um, makes it very different, right? Looking on like how Earth is from the human perspective is very different versus from, let's say, the perspective of the absolute. So there is a total um, a different experience. And also, like from creation, like from the light aspect, there's more information there, more what's the best way to describe it? Also, for example, the energies I'm working with, the healing energies, they come from creation because they want to help humans, for example, to with their transformational journey, where from the absolute, like it's neutral. Nothing wants to change things from the absolute. So there are no energies there that are gonna help the human life experience. They help ourselves to become that. So there's the
Hmm.
difference. Yeah, and this just came to me, while working with people, while connecting to these energies, and then information is coming in, and also I just can tap into these different layers, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Hmm. Awesome. So, how do you suppose that we tap in? Right? Do you have like a method or practice or prescription for us to tap into the energies?
Yeah, I mean, I offer a lot of different services where I bring in these energies and people can then connect to them. So it's very easy to connect to the energies, but then on the other hand, basically the system, I call it the system, the body and the energy body, they also have to go through this transformational process. So the body and energy body, so the system has to open up and expand more so that more energy can flow. Let's say people who are not meditating and who, let's say, are a little bit depressed and have a lot of anger in the system, there's hardly any energy flowing. It's like there is energy flowing, of course, otherwise they would drop that, but just a very small amount. So it's very tight versus people who are meditating, who are on the spiritual path, who are doing this kind of work. I always see the system is already very open. There's a lot of light there. And to hold a high level of consciousness, for example, or this massive amount of high vibrational information, the system needs to adjust to that. So healing and clearing low vibrational energies, opening up and expanding. It's actually very simple. Um, yeah, on an energetical level, it's very simple. It's just on the human level, it's often hard because there's always the stories attached, and we go through this experience, we get certain things we want or we don't want. There's just so much going on. But on the energetical level, when we look, everything is just very simple.
Hmm.
And so connecting, to answer your question, connecting to the energies and healing and clearing the system is what I can recommend. And I have a lot of YouTube videos, for example, um, and a free meditation every Thursday at 9 o'clock Central European time. That would be 12 o'clock Pacific time, PM, where people come together and we meditate together and bring in these energies. And yeah, and it makes a difference right away. Like if the system has a certain openness already, if it's like very closed down, okay, it takes some time. But if the system has a bit of an openness already, people can feel the difference. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing too, is when one does start to tread the path and do the practices, the differences in how one feels is so apparent, right? It's so obvious that this stuff works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Our words only go so far. You kind of just have to do this stuff yourself, right? You have to tread the path yourself. You have to literally follow in the footsteps of the people that came before you, uh, that sort of figured out these practices before us, and then yeah, it all becomes obvious. All of this just comes along the way. But you're saying in one way or the other, it revolves around meditation, being still, a sense of awareness.
Yeah, I mean, meditation, because the energies, they help to meditate basically. So it's really, I always tell people, sit back, relax, and meditate along. And that's all. Be in an open, receptive state and relax as much as possible. Because the more the system is relaxed, the easier it is for the energies to work on the system. And then I kind of assist the energies in the beginning of every session. So I work with my hands. It's intention, but I work with the hands. It's easier. And I open up the energy field already for them and expand it. And also I clear surface energies. So surface energies are emotions and other energies that people were exposed to, or emotions that are just present, and they create the noise, right? And always where the noise and the movement is, this is where our attention goes. So this is then the experience. And behind this experience, I just see it as behind, is the silence, the clarity, the stillness, the inner peace, whatever words you want to use for that space, like pure being. So I'm removing all those surface energies for people so that they can drop into that space very quickly. And then also I remove thoughts. So thoughts, I see them as just energies being stuck on the level of the mind. So usually the energy flows from the root to the crown chakra, the life energy, and up again and then down. It just falls down left and right and flows up again. And because we're so used to thinking and studying and, like going to school and university or whatever we do with our minds, we tend to grab thoughts, and we put a lot of energy into thoughts, and so it's just a habit. And when I clear the energy, and then energies get stuck. So always when we put our attention on these energies in the body, the emotions, and also the thoughts, the energies are getting stuck. We just grab them basically. If we wouldn't grab them, they would just flow out, like they wouldn't stay in the system. They come and they're there for a split second and then they leave. So this is when the system is very much open and expanded. This is how it works. We see the emotions coming, we see the thoughts coming, and in a split second they're gone until are none left. But I finish what I started first. So I also clear energies out of the mind level, energies that are stuck, so that people can just meditate in a very relaxed way and not like caught in thoughts all the time. And if still thoughts are arising during the meditation, people are held in this space. It's like a samadhi space, when you're kind of in a deep meditation and everything can happen around you, but you're not disturbed. So even though when there are then thoughts coming up, and this is mostly due to clearings, they are not disturbed. So the energies are helping us to meditate in a very easy way. Because usually, to drop into samadhi can take years of practice. But with these energies, it's just very simple. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a part of me right now that wants to ask you to demonstrate, give us a little taste. But then I also have some other inquiries. What do you think? Do you think it would be a good route right now to have you demonstrate, or is it a little too early for that?
No, absolutely. Like we can do that. And then you can
Okay.
also like have follow-up questions maybe if you want.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then maybe people will be able to notice a difference in themselves, anyone listening, and I'll be able to notice a difference, and maybe it'll curtail our conversation in a slightly different way. So
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
let's
do
try it
that.
out.
Let's do that.
Please.
Okay, great. So I'm just saying, if people have the possibility to sit down, close their eyes, and just relax, that's perfect. If they are like in their cars or doing something else, no worries. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can just listen to that. Like it doesn't take you anywhere. um, okay, and yeah. So in the beginning, I always need a moment to call in the energies, and then I start sharing what I'm doing. So basically, just meditate along and relax as much as possible. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I start with opening up the energy field. Bring in light. Then I expand the energy field. Expanding the energy field helps to hold more light in the system, and also more awareness comes with that as well. Awareness in all areas. Yeah, so I'm expanding. And the energy field can always be more expanded. So this is a never ending process. We can always carry more light. Light is higher information, and this information is transforming our system. Then I fill up the expanded space with light. Then I clear surface energies. Surface energies are the ones I was talking about before. So they're all emotions and other energies we've been exposed to over the past like 1 or 2 days. So I'm clearing them. And maybe you can feel when they are being cleared, right away more light is entering, and also the body starts to relax more faster. So the body is relaxing because it also prefers when there is less tension and movement. It likes relaxation. Then I clear energies out of the mind. So it's just stuck energy on the level of the mind, and these energies are creating the loop of the thoughts, like the mind chatter. So there's already a lot of light present, and it flows in to the system, so into the body and the energy body, and also the area around us through the crown chakra and third eye chakra. It's just flowing in beautifully. These high vibrational divine lights, they just feel, very like a warm blanket. They just feel very, very nice. Then I open up the energy field more. Bring in more light. Then I open up the central energy channel. So the central energy channel is where life energy flows through the system. So life energy is life itself. So life energy flows from the root to the crown chakra, and then falls back down left and right in all direction, and flows up again, and so forth. So it's a constant flow. And the more the system is healed and cleared, so the more blockages are removed, the more life energy is flowing. This is what we want. We want to have as much life energy flowing as possible, because then life is also experienced unfolding in just a flow. Everything is unfolding in the present moment, and it's exactly perfect. It's balanced, and it's effortless. Life becomes effortless, more enjoyable, simpler. These are just the side effects. And then there is this mechanism in our system that creates the possibility to experience a past and a future, because past and future doesn't exist. It's just a mechanism, and this mechanism can be removed so that we only experience the present moment. It means there is no possibility emotionally tapping into past or future. For example, tapping into experience from a few years ago, a good one or a negative one. It just doesn't work anymore. You can think about it on an intellectual level because the information is in the field, but the system doesn't react anymore. And the same with the future. Projecting past experiences into the future, like predicting the future, doesn't work then anymore because we can't predict the future anyways. So it's just a mechanism, and this is also, by doing this work, it starts falling away. And I'm dissolving this now completely. I'm dissolving this whole mechanism of past and future, bring you fully into the present moment. And you can double check, you can try to go into past and future. Now it's like, yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, then I accelerate the life energy and help it to flow more. So from the root to the crown chakra. And there is an energy of more relaxation coming in. It just helps the body to relax more. And also I'm pulling you just a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper into meditation. And I pull you a little bit deeper and deeper. If there is resistance, so I see resistance coming up, it's being cleared. A lot of energies are being cleared when I do that, because they pop up, and then the high vibrational divine energies can clear them. So there is energy of control, more resistance. Okay, I'm gonna just help a little bit here. So when the system is exposed to these high vibrational energies, low vibrational energies are just surfacing. All sorts of energies that are, let's say, of the opposite of what's happening right now, and then they can be cleared. Yeah, and then they're gone. Yeah, and since I cleared some more of these energies, the system is expanding more. There's more light present. So you're held in this beautiful cocoon of light that also helps to raise the vibration of the system. And more light is coming in. And the light that's present right now, it's dissolving who you are. So the energies that are accumulated in the system of identification of who you are, your life story. So that's all being dissolved. That you can drop into what you are beyond that. So into this space of pure being, pure existence, more fully. And also clear. So the heart is always where the energies of identification are. I just see them in the heart chakra. So clear energies out of there, all sorts of different energies of identification. It's always important that the heart follows as well. You know, when the energy is there, the system follows quite fast, but I always see the heart often needs support. So let's sit with this for 2-3 minutes in silence before we end this meditation. Okay, then I pull you back up. Okay, we are finished.
All right. Well, thank you, Eva.
You're welcome.
You're definitely a magician.
All
Uh,
right.
I hope that transferred to the recording. I feel so much bliss right now.
Yeah, the energies are very blissful. Hmm.
Yeah, like I got my window open, I'm just hearing the birds chirping. I had to hold back the tears.
Beautiful.
I'm not just saying that. Yeah, you definitely did something. Okay, well, thank you, Eva. I just gotta take a sip of tea on that one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Ease back into this space. Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. That was it was almost like ASMR in a way too. I was getting goosebumps. That's how you know it's real when you get the goosebumps.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Now the mind is empty, right? So
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like, all right, I don't even want to talk anymore.
yeah. Yeah. I can just share something. So, because you said this transmission is made it to the recording. So how I see this is it's stored on an energetical level. So by listening to this or watching this, people just tap into what's already created on an energetical level. So this is how it works with my energy
Mm-hmm.
work. The videos are just there to connect. So yeah, and there are like I have meditations. They're a lot longer, half an hour, 15 minutes. You can just bask in the light, and
Mm-hmm.
the more you do that, the system changes while doing it. Also the energies are staying around after we finish the sessions, the meditations continue on working, and people are experiencing this more and more than in their everyday life. No thoughts, the peace, just present. They're just present in the present moment. And then when there is like less or no emotions, and less or no thoughts, you just flow through life. Everything is unfolding in the present moment exactly how it's supposed to be. There is nothing you would like to change. Just it's just happening. It's such an effortless way of living, and it moves you more towards your personal highest truth. So this is how I call it, because everybody highest truth is can only be individualized because we're all individuals here. So there is let's say the one truth, it's energy information, but then when people are receiving it, it has to personalize, it has to be individual highest truth, and people then are pulled more to their personal highest truth, so whatever that means for everybody. Yeah, so for some it's on the spiritual path moving forward. For some people it's more health, um, family life, job, like whatever they're here for in this lifetime. So these energies are not just for spiritual seekers, although most people who I'm working with are um, on the spiritual path, but they often connect their relatives and pets and as well, so that they are benefiting. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's interesting about this whole channeling path. I don't know. Do you call it channeling?
Yeah, I called it channeled healing because this I didn't really have a better word when I started, but it's really it's an
Yeah.
and yeah, basically I guess that's the best word I still have. Mm.
Well, what I was going to say, what's interesting about it is that we're channeling something that's on our side. We're channeling something that is benevolent. And that is truly miraculous to know that there is something in our court, there's something helping us out here. And all we got to do is just get out of our own way.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's effortless.
Hmm. And this is really the path with the transmissions is receiving them and then getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Hmm.
it's two words. It sounds very easy. It's harder, we know, right? It's harder
Yeah.
than it sounds, but it just makes the whole path a lot easier with these transmissions because yeah, they're supporting, like I said. So that's very amazing that we have them.
Hmm. Out of the way, or out of your way and into the way with a capital W.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Now, would you say in one way or the other, no pun intended, these energies bring us into the essence of service, like giving back a little bit, all on our own accord, all on our own flavor? But do you think that it leads us down the bodhisattva ideal?
You mean serving humanity in a way? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or just serving your
Oh, that
family,
way, yeah.
serving yourself first of all, but just service in some way, like giving back.
I mean, doing this work is already giving back because we become who we are in this life. So we're pulled more towards our personal highest truth, and this is the best we can do. And then it
Mhm.
manifests differently for everybody, right? For some people, like I said, okay, it's just it means to have a good family life, to be there for the family. For some people, it means being on the spiritual path, helping others. Um, but yeah, it just helps everybody, helps to bring out, let's just say, the best version of ourselves, because through these transmissions and the healing and clearing, we also have more access to our highest potential that's present, and everything is already present here anyways, right? We just can't see it because we are in our own way. And
Mm.
yeah, and then in the end, this is already the service, and becoming more high vibrational and raising the level of consciousness is contributing to the collective consciousness. So I, with the group I work on Thursdays, for example, often the energies are coming in for the people, but then we also transmit it into the collective. Um, and a lot of them I know, this is like them, if you would just want to say it like that, them giving is helping to transmit these energies to bring them into the collective, for example. So we meet for that purpose, not every Thursday, but some. So we're raising the vibration and clearing certain energies, and bringing in the energy of unconditional love and stuff like that. So um, yeah, I mean, I think this is just naturally there then, when we get rid of the low vibrational energies.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're just natural servants.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use the word, yes, by being our authentic self, we're already serving.
Hmm. I mean, it makes sense if we're channeling this force that is on our side. Obviously, when we do link up with that force, we're going to be in accord with its own benevolent nature. So we almost take it on in some way.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have the vibration, like the vibration has to rise from, let's say, in that case, my system. So I had also to do a lot of healing and clearing work before this came in, um, so that I'm even able to transmit this, right, or work with it. So I had to match it basically. Um, yeah. Yeah.
How did you start to find that you had these gifts? Where did this all come from for you?
Yeah, so like I said in the beginning, my whole path of meditation was always with spiritual transmissions. So I received them all the time from somebody, like two, three different teachers and avatars. Um, yeah, and so I saw, let's say, for the teacher I had for a while, he was transmitting these energies. And then I knew, it's just when it started to come in for me, I just knew, okay, it's coming in now for me as well. I can transmit it to people. And then I started sitting with people in one-on-one settings. And then after like a few sittings, different energies started to come in as well. So these were the healing energies. They have more content, they're more blissful, they're more supporting for the human, they are creational energies. They're supporting our transformational journey. And I had no idea like what they want, how I can work with them. Suddenly my hands started to move. So in every session I learned, I was just a learning by doing. Yeah, and then because the energy started to come in always in a similar way, and I had to like assist them in a similar way, a certain framework um, build itself. Basically, it's just a framework to be able to use these energies. And so then I was using this framework for a long time. Um, and this is changing also though, because I did a lot of one-on-one work, then it changed into group work, then I dropped the one-on-one work, and now it's just groups. Um, and then for a while, it was a lot clearing just low vibrational energies and then bringing in the high vibrational energies. And now this kind of drops away more. It's just about bringing in the high vibrational energies, because the clearing kind of happens already by itself. Maybe I've done it so many times that it's part of the session. So the work is definitely changing and evolving. Yeah, so it doesn't stay the same.
Hmm. Hmm. But all in all, you would say that spending time with another that has this ability, has the ability to transmit the energy, is one of the most important aspects of it.
Um, Sorry, say it again. So meaning being with somebody to be able that I can transmit it myself. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so like it's you got turned on in a way by your teachers. So
Hmm.
would you say that is like the most important aspect or practice is literally just spend time with people that have this?
Um, I mean, the teacher transmitted the energy, so it's still different energies and in a different way. He works in a very different way. Um, so I think it's just it had to unfold for me in that way, and he was basically helping me with it through his transmission until it didn't serve me anymore, and then I had to move on. And this is also
Mm-hmm.
what I recommend for people, be with somebody whose work very resonates, and if it stops resonating, move on, because there are a lot of amazing people out there who do amazing work. So we are very lucky these days, have Zoom and or other online software where we can connect, and it's just so easy. We don't have to travel to India to receive a transmission, for example, from some guru. We
Yeah.
can just do it online. And yeah, so, and it basically, the energies are bringing up exactly for everybody, like they pull them towards their personal highest truth. So for some people it also will be energy transmissions, or it will be something totally different. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. The guru has many different shapes, especially in today's world,
Yeah.
as you said. Doesn't necessarily have to be a person. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and for example, right now, uh, one of my biggest gurus is, I have a baby, and
Wow.
she's teaching me so much. She's a very high vibrational being, like a lot more high vibrational than I am yet. And she brings in the energy of joy. Like when I gave birth to her in that night, I saw where she's from, like her light aspect, and what her basically mission is on this planet. And she's here to bring in joy, and she is like, she started to live it from day one. And it's so funny because she's like, she smiles all the time, and she's just always in a very amazing mood, except something is, not out of her comfort, like she's not comfort. But yeah, so, and I learned so much from her, like this very easy way of like being even lighter, in the way of living life, like what's the word, yeah, just even more high vibrational. So I'm definitely learning this
Levity.
from here, for example.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's powerful. You
Mm.
gave birth to your guru.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's something special.
Yeah, and also
Wow.
there is like, so I've experienced different kind of love through this journey. So I call it the human love. Is just the conditional human love we're having. So I love you because you love me, this kind of love. Then I experienced this divine love, when you sit and just this divine love pours in, and you're crying because it's so beautiful and there is so much bliss, and it goes on for days. Like I've experienced this so much as well. Then this has changed to the unconditional love, so that the other possibilities of love fell away through the journey. The unconditional love is a different one. It's more like the same love for everybody, basically. So there is no distinguishing anymore, and that there is no difference between, not even my family members, like, or strangers, exactly the same. But with the child, it's different. So, and this is very special because the child just is able to bring up love in the system that nothing else can. And so I guess this is also a very amazing part to be human, that we can experience this kind of love with a child. Because like I said, a lot of people are seeking the divine love, and I've experienced this a lot, and very intensely, and it's beautiful. But the love of a child, or the connection to a child, and the love through that is a lot more special in my experience. It's incredible. Yeah.
Mm.
So I
Thanks for
guess this
sharing.
is the special part about being human, because we can experience this as humans.
Love?
Yeah, this love to a child.
Yeah. And that's very pure love too, as you
Mm,
spoke. That's where we all come from. I mean, that is the essence of everything,
mm.
is unconditional love. And you can just blatantly see that in a child, in a baby. It's just like unfiltered love. It's just there for you. It's yeah.
Yeah, but also like the experience within me, right? Because like I said,
Mm-hmm.
this unconditional love, like with the so through my awakening journey, that the human love fell away. So I don't have that anymore. So I can't have human love for anybody, except this unconditional love is always present. So it's the same love for everybody. But the only difference is with the child. So I can have, there's a different love for her, and I can actually feel it in my heart. It's different. Um, yeah. So, yeah. That
Hmm.
for me, it's just very special because I thought, okay, the love is gone and it's just part of the journey. And the unconditional love took the place, but it's more of an information. It's not like a feeling in the body. But the love to a child is a feeling in the body, in the heart, and that's very special. That's very different from the unconditional love. The unconditional love is like it's part of the pure nature we are, the pure existence. So also like the joy of existence. So those two are fundamental ones, because eventually there is also when there are no emotions anymore in the system, so you can't have any emotions, there is more I just call it information. So the whole field has the information of joy, the whole field has the information of love, but it's unconditional love and it's the joy of existence, and it's more subtle. So emotions are more like high and low, they spike, you're very happy and then they drop, or you're very sad, you're totally consumed, and then they're gone. But with unconditional love and joy of existence, it's just a vibration in the field and you sense that. Yeah. And so when they come online and the emotions fall away, like you can't have human love for anybody anymore. It doesn't work. But there's also nothing in the system that wants that. So this also falls away.
Mhm.
You just there's no need for that. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, it's like
but
obsolete.
yeah, and then but again, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna have a baby. I'm not experiencing love, but that's fine. I just thought it's just gonna be how it is. But I do, and this is just very special. Yeah.
Hmm. Thank you for sharing that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Now, would you say that all in all is where these energies are taking humanity is into a state of unconditional love? Do you think we'll ever get there, or is that a little too idealistic?
um, I mean, I don't really look into the future in that kind of way, but I see it in a different way. So if a lot of individuals raising the vibration on the planet, and also the collective is getting these energies as well, but again the individual has to raise the vibration, then life experience changes as well, because we are so we are the creators of our reality. It's not just manifesting with thoughts, right? Because this is what most people think. Okay, I manifest an item and then it comes in. There's a lot more. So everything I'm working on, the karma from this lifetime, from past life, or the accumulated energies from this lifetime, the past life influences, the ancestral influences. If we say we have like a template, they're all part of the template. And through this template, life energy is flowing. And then it's being reflected in our own consciousness. So everybody has their little consciousness bubble. This is how it was shown to me. And everything is reflected. So every life experience is different. And everything doesn't really exist as we think it does. It's energy, it's projected. Anyways, long story short, this is why life experience is very individual. At the same time, we share the collective. So if we are doing this work, our life experience is already changing. We live in a different vibration. So certain things, they just don't come up in our life experience anymore. I'm talking about everybody individually. So what's happening for others, that's different, but also the information stops coming in. So that their low vibrational information just stops. Like it's like you live in your own little paradise bubble and nothing comes into that anymore, because the the high vibration can't see the low vibrations. So a high vibration can't see a low vibration, even though it's there, right? So again, it's an individual transformational process, and then yeah, it's in the collective as well. And the more individuals are changing their life experience and their vibration and level of consciousness, um, the more the humanity will change, and the more that the future is getting better. But I don't really like to say it in that kind of way, because it can already happen right now for us
Mm-hmm.
individuals, since we are the creators of our reality. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well
it's
said.
happening all at the same time. So there are a lot of
Yeah.
people who have low vibrational experiences, and people who have high vibrational experiences, and we're all in the same collective, but it life manifests in a different way through our template.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're already in the kingdom of heaven. if you want to be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, first of all, you have to know that this is a possibility, right? Um, and then also do the work. Because
Hmm.
if you don't know, then yeah, this is the problem then.
Well,
Yeah.
that is the hardest problem to solve, is knowing that it's a possibility,
Mm.
right? Getting on this wavelength, or at least entertaining this wavelength altogether. All right. And I don't even know if that's up to us. I think that's all. I mean, in some way it is for sure, like the surrender, but I think it's divine grace in some way. Like, how do you say? Let me ask you that. Like, how do you say we get that that inkling of possibility?
Yeah, I mean, so how I see this is, we move through a lot of lifetimes, raising the level of consciousness in each lifetime, and then there's a certain point where we can just access this information, or it just comes to us naturally. And for certain people, it can't happen because they're not there yet. Let's just say it like that. They wouldn't even be able to, when people are just not interested in spirituality at all, and you can tell them, oh my god, that life is gonna can be better or can be different or whatever, and
Yeah.
they're not interested, and it's just because, and it's like not a judgment, it's just it needs a certain level of consciousness to be able to hold this information, to access this information, and to find resonance in it. And this is why raising the level of consciousness with this journey is just important, because we can tap into these high vibrational energies, right? They're always there, like the divine energies are always there, but we also need to be able to hold them and to integrate them into our life experience. And so this is why we have to do this transformational work in the system. So it's all available. The lights are there. Everybody can connect to them, but it just needs a certain readiness, I guess, or um, yeah,
Mm. Yeah. A certain spark to ignite.
yeah. And then, of course, the if you want to say the lights are grace, yes, absolutely. So it's grace, yes.
Mm. Yep. That's what I feel, at least. I say thank you so much to, I don't know, God, the divine, the universe. I just wake up and say thank you that I'm able to see this way. I thank you. When I
Yeah,
wake up, thank you before I go to sleep. I feel it's grace. I don't know about you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I also say thank you. And for me, I always see this energetically, right? So when I say thank you, um, it just means this is where I put my attention, and this is what I get more of as well, right? Because we're the creator
Hmm.
of our reality. So when I say thank you, it says what's happening right now is as not as I want it from the egoic level. It's really like just from the evolvement level on in this reality. So the amount of love or joy or um, just experiences that are coming in, possibilities. Um, yeah, and then when we say thank you and we we connect to grace, then we open up the system automatically. So when I tell people a lot to pray, like if they ask, because when we pray, it just means that we give away um, the focus on ourselves and that we are in charge. We give it away to a higher force, whatever it is. But it's really about giving this away. And then it means we're open to receive the light. We're open to receive other possibilities that we think of. So energetically praying opens the system and puts away that what you find maybe like you don't know how to figure things out. For example, when you ask for something, or you want to have a certain experience and you just don't know how, and so forth, it can come to you. Um, it's praying first, but then eventually it just becomes in your everyday life. It's just an integration of, oh, there is this question, there is this um, whatever you want to connect to. It just comes up naturally from your being, and then it comes in because the openness is there, so it manifests right away. And it's not really about manifestation. It's really, I know I use this word, but it's allowing, yes, grace, if we want to use that word, to take over, so it helps the surrender. If
Hmm.
I'm not in charge, something else is helping me. I'm opening up the system. I allow whatever possibilities can to come in, and I get out of the driver's seat.
That's it.
Yeah. And so there was a time on my journey where I was very confused, and a lot happened, like a lot of scary stuff as well. And somebody told me, give yourself over to somebody who you really trust. And I did. So there is this avatar, it's an Indian woman. She lives in Europe. Mother Mira is her name. And I was like, okay, I meditated with her for many years. But I was like, okay, I just give myself to her. She's the incarnation of the Divine Mother. And I just give myself to her because I have no idea how to move forward from this. And this gave me so much freedom and security and everything I needed in that moment, because it wasn't there, right? I was in a place of, yeah, I felt very lost. And it helped me so much until I didn't need it anymore, until you basically become that yourself.
Mm,
Um, and then it's not needed anymore. But it's a very, I just call it a tool. It's a very amazing tool. It's probably one of the best tools people can use, like devotion or um, being open, connecting to the divine. But when you go through this journey, you become that eventually. um, and then it's not like separated from you when the separation is gone. It's not
mm,
separate, and then you think about the divine. It's just not something that you think about.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And then in that way, life becomes a prayer. You know what I'm getting at? You're like living on a prayer. Everything is the prayer from that devotional aspect that you started off on, right? That surrender. It's almost like continually deepening into the surrender. Everything is a surrender in some way. Everything
Yeah.
is bhakti.
Yeah, I mean, the devotion definitely, and it's beautiful when you really can give yourself to a representation of the divine, like the formless or a
Mm-hmm.
form. It's very very beautiful actually. So being devotional is beautiful. I just connected to her. I read her book. I don't know, did her meditations. I had her even on my phone screen. Pictures in my apartment, stuff like that. Just having this around. I mean, a lot of religions are working with that as well, right? With a representation. And it's fine because the energies are there anyways, so the energies are in the representation. It doesn't really matter which one it is. So it's good when people pray, whoever they pray to, it doesn't matter. It's really about the representation because the energy is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's what's behind the symbol, what's
Yes,
behind the
exactly.
representation.
Exactly. So
And I
the
know Mother
symbol
Mira.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
I actually have a story with one of my friends. I know you're gonna say something though, so you can
No,
go
no,
ahead.
you
I don't
you
want to
go. You
interrupt.
go.
One of my friends, he actually met Mother Mira, and he said when he went up on stage with her. I guess she brought people up on stage
Hmm.
almost as like a darshan. He said he entered almost like her vortex and everything. Like his mind just went blank, and he just like started to bow down. He couldn't do anything but bow down and devote himself to her. So she's a very powerful being, from what I've heard and from what I've seen. So shout out Mother Mira.
Yeah, absolutely. No, she's absolutely powerful. Yeah. I also went to receive darshan a few times from her. And the first time I went up, it was the first time ever. And I was just into the meditation and the spiritual work. So she gives darshan. That means she holds your head for a while and then you look into her eyes. And when I
Mm-hmm.
looked into her eyes, it was just like it was a shock because I saw the whole universe and everything that existed in her eyes, and she
Wow.
transmitted this to me. And I was just in shock. My whole system was in shock. So yeah, she's. There are a lot of amazing stories with her, and yeah, I can really recommend for people like if they're looking for somebody very powerful. She's amazing. She tours around Europe, for example, and gives darshan, and also she gives her meditation every day online. I think she still does that. I don't know. She used to do this for a long time. There's every day is a meditation, a live one. So
Yeah, that's what's very unique too about what she does. She just turns the camera on and meditates. Nothing. Doesn't
yeah,
even speak. Sits there and meditates every day.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I was crying so many times when meditating with her, and I was like, "Oh my, I need a mother, and I need somebody who takes care of me." And I, like when there was just a lot of this humanness still there, that
Hmm.
needed healing and clearing, and I always felt so looked after and cared. And yeah, it's just this, the mother quality is just so beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah. On the one
Yeah, I
hand,
feel that.
everything gets ripped out of your system. You're taking apart. It's kind of a harsh process at the same time. But on the other hand, she's holding you in her hands.
Mm. Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
fascinating. Yeah.
it's a beautiful embrace. Yeah,
Mm,
once you embrace the mother, the divine feminine, it's so sweet. It's sweet nectar.
mm,
Yeah, that's sort of, I mean, ironic, not ironic, it's coincidental. I did some somatic work yesterday, like honoring the mother and stuff like that. And yeah, it's very powerful. I felt it. Never really felt it like that. So
mm. Yeah, mother
it's
energy is
weird
very
how we're
powerful.
talking about this. Yeah, I mean, and you kind of spoke about that, how you gave birth in some way. Like you feel the mother energy, right, in yourself through the birth process. That must be something very special.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say that I felt a specific energy through that, but what was very interesting, um, and also funny, but I'm still going to share it anyways. So I was nursing I'm still actually nursing her, but I was nursing her for the first 6 months or so. Every time I sat down, I received a transmission.
Mm,
I mean,
mm-hmm.
like there was like this high vibrational motherly transmission coming in, but it was just an energy transmission while I was doing that. So that was
Interesting.
fascinating because usually I had to connect to Mother Mira or to somebody else, right, through Zoom or seeing them live. And there it was just coming in. Um, and I'm sure this is coming in for mothers, you know what I mean? So that they become this more, because at first you're not one until you give birth, then you are one, right? Um,
Uh-huh.
and you have to transform in a way, and these energies are just coming in to help the transformational process. Um, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's powerful stuff. Something that I will never experience being a mother, not in this
Yeah.
lifetime.
That's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
But I feel it. I feel the energy.
mm,
Nevertheless, I feel the
mhm.
motherly energy, the divine mother. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
yeah, it's very beautiful for sure. But yeah, Eva, it would be such a blessing to be the daughter of you, that's for sure. To call you my mother. I know that might sound a little strange to say, but I had to say it. You
Okay.
know, that's very good karma on your daughter's part to be born with you. So yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to share that. You know, I think you'll raise a mother. That's the thing too. You might be raising another mother.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that kind
it's
of trippy?
possible.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
shall see.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I
Mm.
didn't think we were going to be talking about that stuff, but this is a nature of this
It's
kind of
interesting.
conversation.
I never talked about it in that kind of way. So that's very interesting
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
It's definitely because I was doing that practice yesterday. Like I was doing like a devotional divine mother practice, so that's where it's all coming from. I'm channeling some kind of spirit in that way. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know.
Possible. Absolutely possible.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think we can start to wrap this up. This was
Mhm.
very beautiful, very wonderful conversation. But do you have anything else that you want to get off your chest before we do?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for this beautiful conversation. I really enjoyed it. You also like, I love the space you're bringing the both of us in. Like it's a very expanded and quiet space. I really enjoy that. Yeah, and I just would like to invite people, if they enjoyed the energy transmission and also what I talked about, and maybe join one of the group meditations, which is on every Thursday, like I mentioned before, and also have a YouTube channel, em-healing.com. There are so many videos, and people can connect to all sorts of different transmissions. And actually, I have something, and I want to share because it's actually so interesting what it's doing for people. So I have a service where I can connect people to these high vibrational divine energies 24/7. So they basically just get this service and then they're connected from that moment on. And the energies are there 24/7. And they pull people towards their personal highest truth. So they help to heal and clear what's not of their personal highest truth. And then they pull them towards, if they like, that's in certain life circumstances, health issues, financial issues, whatever it is. the energies basically help to heal and clear it and then pull them out of these situations into a more aligned situation. And also spiritual people are, you know, moving forward on the path quite quickly. And I have there is a monthly upgrade where I do system upgrades for people so that they can receive more of these energies, because the system has to be able to like soak it up more, let's say like a sponge, because the energies are there all the time. So we do that. And then so many people are sharing what the energies are being doing for them. And it's always so fascinating. Like, people are saying they have a new job or they moved and now they live in a place that they really, and like it's just that their home now, they really love it there, or they get a lot better job, or spiritual experiences are happening that they've never had before and stuff like that. And often like with health issues, suddenly they are getting better. And even like yesterday, a lady shared she has a chronic illness, but it's a, so how do I say it? It's genetic, so something that she had from birth, and it can't get better. But she said,
Hmm.
since she started meditating with me and receiving these energies, it just got better. And the doctors are like, "Oh my god, like how can this happen?" So stuff like that is happening all the time for people. And so this is also a service I'm offering. So just if people are interested, because it's helping so much, and you don't really need to do anything. You just need to connect. So, if people don't have time for meditation, for example, this is a possibility, and it's called Next Elevation. Nextelevations.com is the website. And there is a 14-day free trial. So if people just want to see what happens, there are also like a lot of videos people can use, healing videos. Yeah, they can. So
Awesome.
those possibilities are there. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll put everything down in the description for people to find you
Yeah.
and all of
Thank you
your
very
work.
much. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, this was amazing. You're an awesome person, and thank you for coming on here.
Yeah. Thank you. You're awesome as well. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work, and I wish you all the best, Eva.
Yeah.
Peace and love to you. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.